All right, I'm Daniel Sawblade.
And I am Cartoon Ryan.
Welcome to the Sawblade 666 YouTube channel. Time for another review. This is a art book here, and the artist is Away. His real name is Michel. I'm not sure how to say his last name because I've never heard it and I don't want to butcher it. I just know him as Away because he's the drummer from the Canadian punk metal hybrid band Voivod, which started in the early 80s and kind of rose to somewhat moderate fame. They have their hardcore fans. This isn't a music review because I want to focus on Away's art because it's very influential to me. And we'll take a look at this book. But just a quick note, they literally are right in the middle of punk and metal, because if you're into Motorhead, Venom, and Discharge, put that in a blender, and any kind of melody, just a hint of melody in their music, it's like a really blown out version of Motorhead with vocals and some of the riffs. Very Venom too, but very Discharge also. Those three bands, I think of those three bands. First two albums are my favorite, which is what we'll focus on art-wise in this book. The foreword, they're also, if I didn't mention, they're from Quebec, Canada. And Canada in the 80s had a raging metal scene. I mean, there's so many bands from there, it's ridiculous. But Voivod was one of the front runners, so to speak. The foreword was written by Martin, another name I don't know how. Popoff or Popoff, yeah. I'm not sure. Yeah. But he's a really well-known rock journalist, rock and metal journalist. And anyway, we'll take a look. This stuff's really graphic and simple. And there's a reoccurring theme with Away's art, because Voivod's music had kind of a character. I guess the character's name is Voivod, and it has like a little story to it. I don't know the story exactly, but they were very like heavily into just post-apocalyptic, very Mad Max. Gas masks, spikes, bullet belts, just the whole thing, and their art reflects that. It's very in that vein. This is the kind of stuff you would see from him, just dropped off at certain borders, and he also has a really, really cool handwritten type that he does. Like in the lyric sheets and song titles were all written in this really cool font that he created. But this whole book kind of goes through his beginnings as an artist up until he starts the band. So it starts late 70s with his art and goes into the band up until like the time when this book was written or produced, which was 2009. And it goes through his influences, which was like Metal Hurlant, which was like what became Heavy Metal Magazine in the United States. So Philip Droulet, he was really influenced by that artist, which you'll see in a minute. I'll point it out. But these are some of his early works. Very, very... what I love about it's very. I would draw similar stuff to this when I was in junior high. So, just stuff on the side of your on your book cover or very notebook paper in class when you're supposed to be paying attention.
That was me.
This is the vibe I'm getting from all this stuff. Yeah. This will be a brief rundown. It's so dense. I just wanted to go through key pieces and just kind of give a little bit of a little backdrop to what we're looking at, history wise. But this is the piece here that actually is probably the first one I ever saw. But this is the cover to their first album, War and Pain, and it's a striking image, just because, minus the maybe the helmet and the skull face, obviously, but in the gun, but they look like that. They would look like that on stage, So it's very Mad Max, very, I don't know, 2000 AD, Judge Dredd, really just over the top. Except this guy has like just crazy, I don't know if the camera can pick that up, real spiky weapon arm. He was really good at these gnarly looking weapons. So that's the first album, and it talks about, again, his influences and what led up to them recording this album through Metal Blade, early Metal Blade also, which was responsible for putting out Metallica and Slayer back then, but key bands that came out in the 80s. But one thing I wanted to mention, what goes in with this imagery too, is because there's pictures of them. It says in the text too, they mention that they used to practice in like this abandoned like industrial factory, and there's pictures of it I've seen, and it just goes with the art and the way they look. And in the book he states there were gangs in this like giant, run down industrial complex while they're practicing. So
crazy,
that's super cool, to me. That's so,
it's about as punk rock as it gets.
Absolutely. That's just what it is. Yeah, perfect. But this is really, really cool right here. I love this. This was on a shirt, and I think even also on his drum heads. But love the logo. I love just the simple graphic look. Again, it's very much like a doodle, but still powerful. I don't know.
Well, it's a really cool. He's got a great eye for logo design. I mean, it's symmetrical. Just, I mean, as best as it can be in the way. It's like a battle axe almost, but it's really cool what he did with the letters.
Good call.
Through here, it's a really good showcase of design work here.
Good call on the battle axe, because I was thinking wings, but that makes more sense. Yeah. And then it's this was on their demo cover, I believe. He always was drawing these super cool tanks and just very spiky and aggressive gas masks, tanks.
I like what he did here with it too. It's similar to that one, but
flat.
But it's flat, but it's got some dimension to it.
Right. The 3D.
But he has the points on the eye, the letter I. But it's really cool.
So here we go in the early stages of the band with their demo stuff. This is really cool. This guillotine with this ghost flying by.
I really dig this guy peeking around the corner. Really cool. Those are cool doodles.
This is really cool.
Yeah.
Again, with the logo, the boldness and the sharp edges. I love all that. The hints of the I guess with their spear tips, and spikes.
I really like that he keeps it in the similar vein as the original logo design.
But they're different every time.
But it's different every time. But he always has the interior letters trapped by this D and the V linking up to the middle of these points. It's really cool. Yeah. Well, it's kind of like the Vans logo a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
It's a cool looking guy. Mm-hmm. And again, this is graphically, it's just so. It just really inspired me because it just proves how much you can do with a black pen on white paper.
Yeah.
That's perfect. I mean, great composition and your eye flows really well.
Yeah, he's got a good eye for layouts and design. He really does.
So catchy visually.
He knows how to lay stuff out. You can tell.
And again, he's creating his little font, that he would always do. This is reminiscent of what a lot of bands in the 80s did this, but another standout band that was doing this was Celtic Frost, because Tom G. Warrior and Martin was the band. I can't remember his full name, but they would draw and create their own fonts for their stuff, their own logos. I have the Hellhammer book, photo book, which covers like all that kind of stuff, which we'll probably cover on this channel at some point.
Yeah.
And Hellhammer was anyway, I digress. But yeah, so these are the demos. I like that guy a lot.
Yeah.
And this is like where the influence, he talks about how this particular piece in a comic from Philip Droulet influenced him for his character, for the Voivod character, and you really see it.
Yeah, you see it with the fangs and the...
Yeah, he would always draw these pointy, monster skulls with the helmets and stuff. And
you really see it right there, too, the front end of that skull,
yeah,
with the horns.
He was very into digital art before there was digital art. That's 1984, and he was, doing it back then. Here's another funny little thing. This is their second album, and Roar is the name of the album. But I love this design of the, this is their character again that's meshed with this like, fused with this tank armored body thing with all the weapons and stuff. But the cool story is like he did the first one on canvas. He hadn't painted this that much up until this point. He did the first album on a piece of canvas, he says, and then on this one. And I'd heard this story before I read this book, but it was rumored that he had painted this on the back of a pizza box because he didn't have money for art supplies. But it was actually a cardboard box, like the one panel of a cardboard box. So
that's crazy. I would have never been able to tell,
dude.
That.
Yeah, he painted it on a cardboard.
That's insane,
a piece of cardboard. Super cool, very influential. I mean, Ryan, you've probably seen me draw stuff like this.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I like the logo here as well. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's always
it's a different variation, but it's the same thing. That's clever, man.
Yeah, it's I've picked up on a lot of that design sense to keep things consistent, but still change it.
Yeah.
There's the clean version of it. Yeah, very mechanical and cyberpunk. Like,
yeah, what an amazing design.
It's great.
Eye this guy has.
Here's the sketch of that version of that piece.
Yeah, the layout.
I love this so much, man. I do, but I kind of like this.
I really like what he did here with the V and the D. It's the same thing except for just basically the top added here.
Right.
That's really cool.
Right.
Man. Futuristic looking.
You weren't familiar with what?
Yeah, I mean, I have heard their stuff. I just never got like all the way into it. I never noticed all this art. I mean, I remember the dude with the gun and the tank thing and all that stuff. But the logos are impressive. I mean, the art's badass, but holy shit, the logos are.
That's why this was around so much.
Yeah.
Way
ahead of his time with his layouts, man.
It was around so much, man. It was everywhere.
Yeah.
Even up until this point, this thing has survived so much. And look, again, what you're talking about, two different versions, but still consistent.
Yeah, it keeps it with the same theme. It's amazing. That's a lot harder than what it looks like, too, especially man. People don't realize how hard that is. The consistency.
Very hard.
And the symmetry and all that, man.
Very hard.
That's, wow.
Yeah.
Impressive. That's
a
badass.
cool
Too.
character on this
Flying board.
levitating platform thing.
Looks like it has treads on it too.
Right?
Or something.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
It's so inventive
Yeah.
and strange, but very awesome.
Yep.
I love the spikes for as a mohawk.
That's
like
badass.
metallic, like
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Like you said, it's got that Road Warrior vibe to
All
it,
the
you know,
way,
Mad
man.
Max type looking thing. World War III.
This was a fest at the time
okay.
in Canada with Possessed and Destruction and Celtic Frost, and they were on it.
Does he explain what he uses? Is it a brush or is he using just pens? Like, what is he doing?
It's a
here?
pen.
Just a pen. Huh?
Yeah,
Like
it's
a
just a
micron. Or?
He doesn't mention, but it was just pen.
Man, it's such a unique style.
Right?
It's very.
No one draws.
I'm not
like
trying
that.
to like down it, but it's a very rudimentary kind of. But it works.
Well, no, that's
It's
why I was
badass,
saying. Well,
yeah.
no, that's why I was saying earlier. It's like drawing in high school.
Yeah, it looks like that type of. But
That's
it's
what I was
badass,
saying.
though.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
it's like oh, there's just so much going on with it.
And
It really does look like people's notebooks. From back.
Here's the mechanical version of the logo. That's the front and back. Like he even
That's
thought of
crazy.
the behind of like the rear view
Yeah.
of this thing. He's thinking of it. Like,
Yeah, his brain is like firing on all cylinders, man, with this stuff.
look, he even did. I don't
The
know if people-
circuitry.
the circuitry in that.
Yeah.
You know.
That's crazy, man. Wow. Yeah, that's impressive, man. To have a mind like that. He's got like knobs on the front here and little vents.
I always saw them as spikes, like it's the front view
Oh
of
yeah,
some spikes.
yeah, I could see that
Yeah.
as spikes. Yeah, because there's spikes here too. So yeah,
The vents on it.
makes
It's
more
very. It's bizarre. It's
almost
cool.
like imagine like lightning bolts coming out of
Yeah,
this shit or
yeah.
something.
It's really
Man,
good.
that's insane.
Really good. And again,
What talent, man.
this looks like ballpoint pen to me or something.
Yeah.
But look how cool. It's almost Warhammer-ish too.
Yeah.
But dude, I was drawing stuff like this on my notebooks at school. You know.
Yeah. I was drawing
before-
on my notebooks too, but not shit like that.
Before and after. Before and after I found out about his stuff, I was drawing stuff like this. So, but that's so cool to me, man. Like,
Oh yeah.
that's so awesome.
I mean, the thought that went into all of that, man.
I don't remember like if that was used on any of their albums or shirts, but I think this is just a.
That looks like a character design for a movie or something.
Right?
Like when they're fleshing out the costume designs.
It's
and shit.
amazing.
Yeah, it's badass.
Look at the face down here with
Yeah.
the spike coming out of it. It's really cool.
I really like this part.
Yeah, it's stretchy, weird
Yeah.
stuff. All the skulls. Yeah.
crazy.
There's this was I don't know if you remember. I used to wear World War III shirt a lot.
Yeah.
Where is it?
I don't remember, man.
There it is.
Yeah.
That I used to wear that a lot. It wasn't red. It was black, and this was white on
yeah.
black. And that's the back of the shirt.
Oh, okay. They're toward destruction and
Yeah,
nasty savage.
It's just showing like where they are in the like world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like because Destruction's from Germany and Celtic Frost is from Switzerland.
Oh, nasty savages from Florida.
Hell
Know
yeah,
about
down
them.
there, down there. Possessed from California and then Quebec up here.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All
Man.
the logos on those banners.
Yeah. Wild, man.
And then here you go. This was the third album, Killing Technology, and
That's incredible.
good album. It's not my favorite out of the first two, or like out of the first three. The first two are really good. This one, this is very high regarded as, good album, but it's just not quite my thing. But I have this album, but
Yeah.
I don't listen to it hardly ever. But the art though. Like the art is so crazy, like this alien and some kind of spaceship.
Yeah.
And when I look at it, it's like okay, are those veins or cracks or? And look at this computer screen. And then this is what trips me out: how he did their logo in that vent.
Yeah.
That looks hard to me.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how he did that. But
I like how the screen is what's on the screen is the line of the planets through the cockpit window.
But yeah, like you're saying, it has a very crude,
Yeah, it's very
kid-like quality to it, but it works.
yeah, it looks like high school art on steroids, man.
Yeah.
Like, and that's not like a put down at all, man. It's just what it is, you know. It looks like notebook art, but badass. I filled up my notebooks too, but nothing.
Look,
like
dude,
that.
they play with the Dayglow abortions.
Oh wow, crazy.
There's a bumper sticker killing technology with this.
So
letters.
this is like I'm assuming the very early stuff.
No,
Looks
this
very.
no, this
Oh,
was
this later.
That's a flyer. This was this
okay.
album.
Yeah,
That's this album.
just looks different. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Crazy,
on a picture disc. I had a friend that had that. Very good at characters.
Yeah.
Uh,
Kind of looks like Secret City stuff, but like crazy, you know.
I've actually ripped off this idea. This dude's arm is like just a mass of skulls.
Mm-hmm.
You know, really cool.
It's wild, dude.
Almost looks like a crazy person. Doing
Yeah,
stuff, right?
yeah, it really does. It has like different, like some of this stuff looks like what was that book back in the day when I was a kid? Was it Scary Stories
Yeah, I
to
think
Tell
I
in the
know.
Dark or something? Some of that looks like his old etched look.
Dude, this crazy
Man,
guy.
that's wild, dude.
Yeah, I love
This
this.
looks like stuff that could just be in a zine, you know, like
Well, what I mean,
like just page after page of this stuff.
yeah, this was part of the zine culture
Yeah,
for sure.
for sure,
Their
yes.
stuff was all over zine. This is cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. You can see his layouts and his sketches.
And then it gets into like some of his early digital stuff.
Oh, okay.
Which I'm not too much of a fan. Like this was 1989. This was done on a computer.
That's
That was
crazy.
done on a
He
computer.
did
dude.
really well with it. I wonder what he used. That's crazy.
No, I think he says in here.
That's pretty cool looking, man.
Also digital.
Wow. Yeah, he figured it out, man. Oh, that's cool.
But I love these little
Yeah.
pieces. They're just so graphic and just strong, inventive. You know,
Very.
kind of breeze through something. That's
It's
crazy.
kind of got like a Tim Burton vibe, but like darker. Too.
I
some of
love
it.
I
Yeah.
love that. That's so
Yeah,
good.
That's clever, dude. Yeah, his mind goes into overdrive
Right?
big time. Incredible, man. Wow.
We kind of breeze through some of this.
Yeah.
I wanted to kind of point out some key. Look,
Yeah.
he's as the technology evolves. He's like, because that's 95.
Wow.
But this is another example of what makes me think of zines and notebook drawing on your notebook and just that's
Yeah.
so cool.
That's badass.
Look at that mechanical ant looking thing. I love that. Yeah, this book rules.
Yeah, that's a really good showcase of work here. I love the way they laid out this book.
No,
too.
it's very good. The good
Yeah,
use
this
of
is one of the best ones so far I've seen.
good use of space. You know?
I bet you he had his hand all over this. Right?
Oh,
yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can tell, man, like the way the design goes, all of it, like his handwritten text at the top, and
I love.
man, that is badass,
Right?
Crazy
Hey,
psychotic
with the-
Jack in the,
the-
Box. Yeah,
the-
with the logo or the guy's skull.
Yeah. Really good at this kind of stuff too. Yeah, Way, man, he's quite the artist.
Yeah,
But this crazy scratchy dashed out stuff that looks just it has such a vibe to it, but it's so simple at the
like
same
I said, it's
time.
kind of like Tim Burton's art, but like way darker.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because, like, Tim Burton's very similar. You know, he has a kind of...
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
I love this.
Yeah.
I love this so much.
Yeah.
Because when I look at this, it's okay, are they beaming down this monster on this city, or are they picking him up? It's like these aliens in this
They're in the
flying
windows.
saucer. Yeah. And then look at the top of the
Yeah.
bubble window, there's that skull
Yeah.
at the top.
That's super clever, man.
All these just little drawings of these creatures.
I envy the ability to come up with stuff so much
Right?
like that. I used to be that way years ago. Now it's like been gone for decades.
I think you could just,
Yeah.
if you mess around and play with
Yeah.
it, you know, get inspired. Hopefully this stuff will trigger.
Oh man,
you know
it makes
what I mean?
me want to just fill up a
Doesn't
whole
it make you wanna
page.
draw?
Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
me want to go back in time.
Look at that.
Because this is what I would do stuff like this in
I
school.
remember.
I would fill up.
Yeah.
I mean, it was more perverse type weird
Well,
stuff,
yeah.
like crumb oriented type stuff.
But to think of that,
Yeah,
you know,
look at that.
very
And
earwig looking.
Yeah,
But look, this
yeah,
very inventive. I mean, and like you said,
that's really cool.
hardly anyone draws like I've never.
No.
I mean, you mentioned Tim Burton, and I kind of see it.
No, a
but
little bit on the scratchy stuff.
Yeah, but
on the scratchy stuff. But
he's
he's unique though.
definitely
Man, look at all those emblems.
just killer on the logos. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, they're more symbols, yeah, not logos. But
Man, that's really cool.
I like the colors in that.
Yeah, me too.
He has a good sense of just everything. Good sense of design and
Yeah,
color.
that's what
and
I'm very impressed by his design skills, man. He knows how to lay out space.
different
Yeah.
logo.
Super creative, man.
This is a sketch for the cover of something called Probot or something, and I think David Grohl put it together and had bands do different thing. I can't remember
I didn't
what
think that'd be his style.
He knows a little bit about underground metal. So, like, you know, Kurt Cobain was into Celtic Frost, and
I didn't know that.
yeah. I mean, they came from the.
I knew that he was hardcore into the Melvins a lot. And
Well, they liked a lot of underground hardcore punk and metal.
yeah.
But I can't.
This is cool too.
Yeah, I didn't buy into to this album or anything, but I really like that guy.
Yeah,
I think he's
me
so
too.
fucking cool, man. And if you remember, I mean, I rip off like I'm always doing little guys that look like that
That
in
is
my
just
stuff.
so badass,
Right?
man. That's crazy, dude.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, to think of something like that. Wow. There it is again, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, how crazy, dude. Digital art.
I like that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's something else. Man.
Oh, there we go. Those are the drumsticks.
Yeah,
I
those
thought.
are drumsticks.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool. Kind of spider looking
I
mechanical
like this
spider.
too.
Yeah, everything's really
I haven't seen anything I don't like.
really crazy.
I like it all.
Yeah,
I like the raw.
my favorite is
aspect
this
of it.
stuff. This
Yeah.
kind of like scratchy pen and ink
Yeah,
stuff.
definitely.
Look at that thing.
Yeah, it's so cool.
It's like pig,
Holy
more
shit,
pig
man.
looking. I don't know about that one, but yeah, I mean,
yeah, I dig it, man.
cool, right?
Yeah.
Just a quick flip through here. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, if that doesn't inspire you, man, I don't know.
Yeah,
what does,
it makes
what
me wanna
does.
draw.
Yeah,
You
for
know?
Sure.
Also, by the way, just a fun fact: Jason Newsted was in this band for a little while. Jason Newsted from Metallica.
Metallica.
He was a big Voivod freak, and then
Yeah.
I think it was around the time he left or got kicked out of Metallica. He did some stuff with them.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, yeah. Great artist, great drummer. Look into his stuff. I don't think there's anything else out there besides this book here. I'm glad I got it when I did.
Yeah.
I think it was a gift. No, I don't remember, but I'm glad I have it because I looked it up the other day. It's kind of, I think it's kind of hard to find.
Yeah, most of these books are so hard to find after you get them.
But you can track his stuff down just by, obviously online. But if you collect albums, those are still floating around out there. But yeah, hopefully this inspires everyone, and we've got more to come.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you like this and what we do, give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and share the video with others. And also, every Thursday night we go live on a Draw and Chat live stream, 7 p.m. Central Time. So check that out too.
Awesome.
Cool. Later, guys.
Take care.